Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? This is a day to remember because you're alive, you're here. We're looking at each other, and I am off center. Quick adjustment, and we're back. Greetings to each and every one of you. Thank you for coming through today. If you don't know who I am, my name is David Hunt, and this is the place. Quiet time piano. We have soothing piano here, but we also do tech stuff because why? I am the musical technologist, and I show you by example how you can turn up the loudspeaker on your greatness. You have a journey. You have stories on that journey. And those stories can be the difference in how people are blessed, how they're lifted up, how their lives can be changed. You, though, have to show that story. And so, hey, I'm just here to show you how that can be done with the power of live video. I'm not the greatest storyteller. That's not my bag. But I still are able to tell that story. And you're here. So that means something that I have said in the past may have caught your attention, or the thumbnail, or the title of the live of this video. So without further ado, I'm going to play something for you, and then we are going to get into the meat of why we're here today. 5 reasons for Ecamm. Here we go. So, yes, here we have it. Here we have it. We are going to be talking about Ecamm today. And I know we spent a little time looking at Ecamm recently, but I wanted to bring you guys into it. 5 reasons. 5 reasons to start using Ecamm. Adrian, Albert, Mac, Trashcan, Laquita, listen, Wally, thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for coming through. We'll do some acknowledgments a little bit later, but I wanted to bring it back to what I've been using the whole time, even when I go in. Anyway, all right. So for me, one of the first things, one of the first things that I did was I went to Canva and I created some slides in Canva. You could do this in Keynote. You could do it in you could do it in PowerPoint. You could do it in a whole bunch of different ways, and this was the one that worked for me. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And so we're gonna go through presentation. I'll talk about some of the things, and then I will demonstrate what it is I'm talking about. Okay, so while I am on this screen, thank you, Laquita, for putting it out there. If you want to try, it's a 14-day trial on a Mac, Ecamm, davidhunt.link/Ecamm. You learn Ecamm using Alec Johnson's class. He has a master class, www.davidhunt.link/take-on-tech. Take one tech. Take one tech. TOT. Discount code is July 30, and that's for Ecamm. July 30 is for Ecamm. 30% off during the month of July. So let's get into it. All right. 5 reasons for your meetings. 5 reasons for your meetings. Here we are. It is, man, that looks a little off to me. No? No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We have, oh, I see it. I see it. Man. Indeed, 5 reasons to use Ecamm for your meetings. Says number 1. Whoa. We have the piano thing still running. Okay. 5 reasons for your meetings. Number 1, it is the Ecamm virtual cam. Ecamm virtual cam. And this is a pro feature, and it will be available during the trial. But Ecamm virtual cam is the number one feature for me. What this allows me to do is to have a presentation in Zoom instead of me sharing my screen. Even though some people say the quality is better, I believe that it works just fine. You just have, there are some certain settings in Zoom that you have to change to make sure that your quality is up there, especially when you're in what's that mode again? Oh snap! In Zoom, especially talking about when you're in gallery view and your you're in spotlight mode. Thank you. Wow, that took a minute. Spotlight mode. You can make it work. Ecamm, virtual cam, right? Because I could do this. What I'm doing right now, this will be my window. Instead of me off to the side and the presentation on screen, I am in the, you can embed yourself in the presentation. And we'll talk about how I did this here in a minute. Reason number one, Ecamm Virtual Cam, which is a pro feature of Ecamm Live. Reason number two, countdown timers. Countdown timers. Countdown timers. Countdown timers. In the beginning of this video, we had a countdown timer, and you see me in the background. There was kind of like a transparent, opaque overlay, and then the clock was on top of that with music playing in the background. As I shifted away from that scene, it was, let me just show you real quick. All right, no, the music is still playing. Okay, nice. Oh, we can pause it. So the countdown timer. So if you wanted to, let's say, even if you're in a Zoom meeting and you want to display a timer of some kind, definitely you're able to do that right there on the screen in Ecamm. We can go over that as well. Countdown timer. Countdown timer. And I probably should have done this one, this particular presentation at the beginning of the month. It's okay. Almost to the end. We're not at the end though. You still have time. Okay. Now, one of the things that Ecamm allows you to do is to record your presentations. Record your presentations in portrait mode, meaning 9 by 16, right? That's the aspect ratio. It's just 1020 by 1980. No, 1080 by 1920. Normally, in this mode that we have right now, this is 1920 by 1080. That's how you get 1080p, right? Or 1080i. Those are that's the screen size in pixels. 1920 by 1080. But in portrait mode, you're able to do, you do it like this. David, how could you do that? 1080 by 1920. That's correct. Portrait mode. See here. You could set your camera in this way, record, and you can do it in 4K, so that when you pull up your timeline, it's already set. It's already set, and you won't lose. You won't lose your quality, right? So you can record. It's one of the things that Ecamm allows you to do, is to record in portrait mode. It's one of the things we'll talk about all of it. We'll talk about all of it when we get to that point. So your reels, shorts, TikTok, stories, any long form format, Ecamm allows you to do that with ease, so that it speeds up your workflow. You're not having to jump through hoops and bells to get it to get it into um, Instagram and to YouTube. It's already in that format. So yeah, cool. That was reason number 3. And for all of these reasons, you can make it. People could say, "What, Dave?" No, man. And this is going to be a really short presentation, but I wanted to bring it to you so that you can see how easy this is to do. And it took me, I don't know, 20 minutes to put it together. The simplicity of overlays. So they're in the tier 2 system, the tier 2 streaming platforms: StreamYard, Restream, BeLive, Restream Studio, Melon App. I mean, you name it, they have these pre-configured ways of showing presentations, or pre-configured ways of displaying participants on screen. You have no say in how those are displayed, in terms of you have to choose the display types that StreamYard and Melon app, and they pretty much all have the same ones. You have the solo layout, you have the 2-person layout side by side with no framing around you, and then you have them pulled back. We could probably go into it. I'll probably do that next week, just to show the different apps and how they're similar, right? As opposed to being able to do something like this. The simplicity of overlays. You can have different types of overlays. And in this case, we're talking about image overlays, animated overlays, camera overlays, screen share overlay, text overlay, the countdown clock overlay, widgets, and groups of overlays. You can create a group of overlay that will rotate through time. Or is that? No, that's in scenes. Okay, David, keep it together. Keep it together. But the simplicity of overlays. And what I mean by that is, let's take my introduction overlay, right? Each element that you see on the screen is an overlay, and I'm going to start hiding them in order of priority. So here's the coming up, and I have to unlock the screens. So you see the coming up on the bottom left corner. Check that out. Right? The scrolling ticker. That's an overlay. You put that on. The logo bug on the bottom left corner. That goes out. The menu. That's a text overlay. This is a graphic. This is a text overlay. As well as the coming up. It's a text overlay. It's a scrolling tick. It's a text overlay as a scrolling ticker. That's just the name. Okay, yes. That's a text overlay. It's not a graphic that I created. This was pretty much all in Ecamm. And of course the camera. Now you see me? No, you don't. And then of course the background image. This is my MacBook camera. I probably could have gone with a blank. So let's bring that back. Boom. And that's it. That's all that's in this scene is these different overlays. Okay. So in Ecamm, you can pretty much get that thing that you want to say and craft a scene around it. Yeah. So the simplicity of overlays. And I saw your question, Albert. What classification do you put Zoom with overlays? Tier 2 or 3? Zoom is more along the lines of a tier 3 application. I'll tell you why. Because it's an installed program, right? It's an installed program, so you have to download an application and run that application on your computer. That is, in essence, a tier 3 application. But Zoom, it's more for streaming, I guess. You can stream from Zoom, so whatever's in the meeting will show online, right? So yeah, that's Is the music an overlay? The music in it just started when you mentioned your intro. Um, Not in the classic set. I guess an overlay is something you can see. You can add the sound to the scene. You add the sound to the scene. It's a sound effect, right? So just like the DJ air horn, or the applause. Yeah. You can also have that on. It's a little louder from the Roadcaster. Right. So those are sound effects more. Yeah, so I wouldn't necessarily consider the music, but you can add the music to your scene. Like my intro scene has the music as well as the next scene, right? And so you can add that to the scene and regulate where the volume sits. So it doesn't overpower the voices. That's one thing I did. I had a stream one time and didn't work because the music came through. Wow. The music came through like it came through and now I have the hiccups. Oh man. Okay. All right. So we have the simplicity of overlays. And the other thing, okay, simplicity of overlays, come on. Extensive camera control. Extensive camera control. I'm laughing because we have such an engaging audience. You guys are amazing. Albert, Laquita, your challenging questions are making David's beard turn gray before our eyes. No, my beard was turning gray long before Laquita's question. Yeah, no, the music is a gray area, but it's really a sound effect in Ecamm. I guess because you overlay the visuals on the screen. You're not necessarily overlaying the sound on the screen, even though it is. That's extensive camera control. We can go into demo mode to show it. But for example, if we go to my main scene here, I can bring up, and we will talk about this, the brightness. Oh, that's bright. It's pretty bright. I can turn the temperature more towards daylight or warmer. It'll be adding yellow, kind of. I just brought it back to the center. The tint, a little bit more magenta or green, I guess. You can change. So, I mean, really allows you to you can turn the saturation up. And sometimes you really want that. That's an effect that you may want on your shot, or you can remove all the colors altogether. so that it's more black and white, right? Turn that saturation off. So you have complete control over your camera. And then you can use a lookup table. You look up table and you use that to create what they call a LUT, look up table. And that is a lot of a lot of information, right? You can actually rotate the camera if you were to unlock. This is another way you can actually record your you can record um, your shorts like this and then just turn it, right? Ain't nobody need to see my head this big. That's like, yo, fam, no, don't do it. There are reasons. Sometimes you may want to pull it out like that, or even upside down. I actually have a shot where I have to turn it upside down because the camera I'm using is a shot that's coming over this way. So I have to turn the camera around. And in that scene, I actually turn it around. Right? Complete camera control. You could even mirror. That looks so weird. It's like, wait, my head is crooked. I don't really see it until I turn. Because normally, this is how I normally am. The glasses is going, you know, this way, which is kind of off. It really needs to be straightened. But then as soon as I mirror it, it's like, oh, 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 oh. No. No, you don't actually have to hit the set. There's a black and white. Oh, you can actually see this. I should be um, demoing this. Anyway, let's come back to reason number 5. Those are 5 reasons that I found helped me make the decision. It's like, you know, maybe I could have reversed the order and used the virtual cam as the last one. Virtual cam. So if I were to go into a Zoom meeting using the virtual cam, and how do I get to the virtual cam? Well, I'm not in demo mode. I'm not in demo mode, but it's really simple to turn on. You install it. If it's not installed, install it, and then you're good to go. All right, extensive camera control in this way. You're able to go. All right. Questions. Preguntas. Question. If you have questions, I know there have been several questions, David. So on Friday, if we see a black beard, we'll call that denial, right? No, 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 no. That's not what we do. And thank you for your questions, the ones you gave during the presentation, as well as the ones we got. And I could have just started those questions and said, I will come back to them. Right? Indeed, we have. Okay. I believe that is all the questions. So let me show you. There are several ways that I could have done this presentation today. Several ways. One was to go to one is to go to separate scenes. Now, this is just one scene that I'm on. This is just one scene, and I'm just going to go into demo mode. Shift Command D. Now, Laquita, I see your question, and I'll come to it in a little bit. I just wanted to make sure that we have all of the things. Okay. You can see my mouse. You know what? I should probably do Pro Mouse. Let's go with Pro Mouse. Okay. All right, so you see my mouse here. I am just using a PDF for these for this presentation. And you just go back and forth. I'm not even using a Stream Deck, right? Look, hands. Oh, wait. I created my PDF, cut out a spot where I wanted my camera to sit, and then just put my camera over that spot, and there is a way. And they have this advancer. You see this here, page 1 of 2, page 2. You see that show up there, right there in the black. And this reason number 3, what I really should have talked about was the record feature of if you want to create videos, but you don't necessarily have to go live to create it. You could just do a local recording. Man. And just zooming through these here is not separate scenes, just one scene with the just one scene with the PDF. So all I did was I'm going to create a new scene. Then I add the PDF. I add the PDF. I find it on my computer. Where is it? 5 reasons. Why isn't it connecting? Okay. Really? I just drag the PDF onto the screen. I go to the overlay section and I add a camera overlay. And I don't want it wide, I want it custom. Custom overlay. And then I just bring it to this point. Bam. And that's it. Right? I did that in what? A minute? That's it. All right, getting into my car now. Listening mode only. Okay, Mac. Kirk, thank you for answering Laquita's question. Good morning to you, sir. In a way, Ecamm has already developed a web-based system for interview mode. Right, interview mode is a web-based system. And I do you think Ecamm will ever develop a web-based system? I mean, similar to StreamYard? Is that what you're asking? I think Kirk has already delved into that a little bit. You don't have to download. So let's use Zoom as a comparison because that's the closest one, right? You have to download Zoom client on your phone, on your iPad, on your tablet, on your PC. But you can also run Zoom in a browser. So, and I know that's why, Albert, you were asking that question, but the majority of people usually run Zoom on the client side. That's why I say it's closer to tier 3, but I don't really consider Zoom to be a streaming platform, even though it can, right? I believe they added that as a function later. I believe they added it as a function later, right? So for this particular instance, yeah, I don't. Ecamm it's not their bag. Now there are players out there which allow for that kind of workflow, and the one that really comes to mind is EVMux. Yeah, EVMux. They're mucking up the lines between tier 3 and tier 2. I believe they have a stronger play on that hybrid model because they have the dynamic scenes, which are like StreamYard and the rest of them. Melonap, Be Live, StreamYard, Melonap, Be Live, Restream Studio. And there are people who swear by their platform. It's like, more power to you. But you can't take that presentation that you're showing that into Zoom from the browser. it don't work. You have to have it as a so that it shows up as a hardware resource on your computer. And Ecamm does that. Oh, one thing more that I forgot. You can bring your Ecamm virtual mic. That's the bonus. Oh man, I forgot the bonus because I really don't use it that much because I have the Rodecaster Pro Plus. I still use Loopback, even the Rodecaster Pro 2. Still using Loopback, and I don't necessarily have to. Yeah, but just I like the workflow that Loopback gives, and so that's I'm going to continue to use it. It is, there's also Farrago and other things from um, who makes Loopback? I keep forgetting who makes Loopback. Regardless, Loopback is made by dun, dun, dun. Really? Rogue Amoeba. There we go. Simply Obs. Yes. So good to see you here. Right. So this is how. Hey there, David. So when I click her picture, it shows on the screen. Ecamm's virtual mic is basic and works for the majority of user needs. I'm not a majority user. Listen, the ease with which you can bring in sounds from other apps. Yes, you could use the system sound and tunnel it that way, but you don't have the control of how loud that thing is going to be. You can't control it unless you're doing the Ecamm, the Rodecaster Pro 2 way, where you hook both the secondary and the primary. It depends on your use case and the workflow. Yeah. Need the audio to come back from the destination to Ecamm, which the built-in virtual mic can't do. Yes, the virtual mic in Ecamm is one way, like the virtual cam. The virtual cam is one way. You take Ecamm's sauce, Ecamm's uh, visual, and you put that in to the other way. The virtual mic works the same way. All of the sounds in Ecamm, movie sounds, sound effects, interview mode, will go into Zoom on the virtual mic. Um, yes, the virtual mic will go in, but the sound does not come back unless you get into another way. You can do that routing with the Rodecaster Pro 2, but you'd have to connect both the USBs because it gives you 3 USB channels. Kirk, I see a question. It is davidhunt.link/ecamm. And actually, I created a scene for that. Yes, https davidhunt.link/ecamm. And July 30th, July 30th, July 30th. July 30 is the code for 30% off. 30, count them. 30% up. G. Albert is the same concept with the virtual camera. I still like NDI. Listen, there are a bunch of creators that still use NDI, Albert. It's same concept with the virtual cam. I still like NDI. Yeah. And if you have the bandwidth, Papi Blanco TV, sir, respect, enough respect. Scene. Yeah. You can get a free trial. Use the link. Thank you, Kirk, for putting it. Papi Blanco, I'm doing well, my brother. Doing well. And in this space, where I was just doing a walkthrough of Ecamm Live. It's a software that I use to stream. And right now I'm in what we call live demo mode, so you can see the whole setup as I have it outlined. Plus, oh, this is one thing that Ecamm did that is fire. I can see my rolling bandwidth, how much data I need. And the fluctuation, you see that? No dropped frames, but it's, let me get that off the screen so it starts behaving. Once I put that thing on screen, it says, oh, you're going to be showing my stuff like that? No, 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 no. If I start stuttering, let me know. All right. So the bandwidth statistics allows me to keep an eye on spikes as well as if the thing drops. Oy. All right. Cool beans, fam. Cool beans. This has been awesome. There's one more way we could have done this. We could have done this one. And, well, there's two more ways we could have done this particular way. Yeah. There is another way that we could have done this. If I went to a new scene, for example, let's go back to the PDF scene. I could have added an image overlay. Let's bring back Finder. All right. So here I have Finder. And I have this folder, 5 reasons to use Ecamm. And I have each one of the slides as a PNG. Right? If you didn't want to use the PDF route like I have on the screen right here, so that I can go back and forth between the different reasons why you use Ecamm for your meetings or even for the live streaming. Right? This is the way I have it set up as a PDF where I can go back and forth between each slide. I could create what we call an overlay. Oh, no, I already exported from Canva the different ones. So I could just drag it onto the screen. Like I'm trying to drag it onto this. Screen. Okay. You see that? That went over as you can see down here on the left, that went over and overlaid my camera so that my camera here would overlay this. So the camera is overlaying, you see the white square? That's my camera. That's the camera overlay. And the image overlay is above the camera overlay so that it shows like that. The green is from the PDF. So I didn't punch out the green separately. So if I actually make this camera just a little bigger. Okay, shape is custom. And just grab the edge. Make it a little bigger. So I can just put that over. So I can make a scene that has this and then make another scene that has the other reasons so that they all flow in. Like that's one way you could do it with each overlay as a scene. To me, it just made sense to have them as a PDF and I could just click through, right? But sometimes you want to go to scene 1 and then you want to go to scene 5 and then you want to go to scene 3 because, you think the workflow, even after you've created them, would work better. Then you're able to jump around in the scene as opposed to clicking through each and every item. So I'm back to the PDF. PDF is wonderful with the Stream Deck. You are absolutely correct. Gary Jones, sir, welcome to the stream. The PDF works with the Stream Deck extremely well. And that's what it is. In this program today, we had just 5 reasons why you would want to use Ecamm for your meetings, but I want to say also for recording. The virtual mic, it's a brand new feature that came out in the latest release, and there are so many things that you can do with Ecamm. To me, it just makes sense. I am forever grateful for Kirk for showing the way, for Gary Jones, for Albert, for Homesick Mac, who was on typing earlier. Now he's moving on. That you can bring, if you have a high quality camera, your phone, most phones now have, you could at least get a 1080 picture. Yeah, it's amazing. Even if you have to use the camera that's on your device, for example, this camera, it doesn't look too bad. Some may say it doesn't look great, but who's to say, right? Who is to say? So, the camera that's in your phone, the sensor is small, whereas the sensor in your phone and in the computer. Let's come back to out of demo mode. Let's come out of demo mode. Right. The sensor in your camera, the sensor in your cell phone are different. And so you have a bigger sensor, it gives you a better quality in my estimation. You get better quality. It's better all around. All around. All around. Right. So I am forever grateful to Ecamm for creating this software. And I think it helps people tell better stories. And you can delve into it. Your journey, your stories, each moment, each step that you take. Those things, your journey is your stuff. Your stuff is your story. And your story needs to be on the loudspeaker. That's why I keep talking about the loudspeakers. I'm an auditory guy. It's one of the ways that I view the world, through sound. As a musical technologist, yes, there's also the stage, right? So we want to turn up the loudspeaker, shine the floodlight, I heard one guy say, on your brand. Turn up the loudspeaker on your greatness all around. Because your journey can make the difference in someone else's journey. How you got over that thing. If you need help figuring that out, you can go to davidhunt.link/bio, click on the email icon there, or any of the other socials, YouTube. You can see what's possible. What I did today is an example of what's possible, what I can help you get over the hump. Today is Wednesday. It is hump day. Get over the hump. You turn up the loudspeaker on your greatness, your sweet sauce, your superpower, and you can make someone's lives better. Book an appointment. You can actually book an appointment right there on the bio page. Yes, someone says, "Hey, David, put some money on that thing." Put some money on it. Your time is valuable. Yes, it is. That's why we can talk about it in the discovery call. It's like, no, David, put it now. Do it now. Right? Your time is valuable. Want to make sure that you can get over the hump. Thank you for all the people that came through today. Trash Can Waves, Homesick Mac, and Laquita, Marie, Corey. Music Wind Up Wednesday. Thank you guys for clicking the like button. If your like button is transparent, click it and make it solid. Yeah. So it's a nice camera position and volume. All right. Adrian Nash, thank you for coming through. and for posting the link, Albert. Albert, thank you. I don't know if I put up any one of your greetings. He said, Agent Nash, put you on screen. Mac. Yes, so portrait mode. That great in David's beard. Y'all were going in today. It's what the doctors diagnose as OLD. Oh, yes. Albert. All right. I think those were all the questions. Papi Blanco, thank you for coming through. And Kirk, you know it. Get a free trial, folks. Get a free trial. David Hunter, link/Ecamm. The July 30 runs out on Sunday, I believe. 30% off. Listen, the only time you see that sort of discount is on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They don't drop that often. They don't drop that often. Or if they're running a special, I think they might have run a special for Zoom back in May. But I don't think it was 30%. Might have been 20. Might have been 20. So yes, you want to make sure that you get it while the going is going. 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 Come on, get it while the going is going. 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 That's probably loud. Get it while the going is going. Get it while the going. David, what are you talking about? Oh man. All right. See what y'all made me go and do. See what y'all made me go and do. Hey, Doc, Uncle Stewart, the old man on the block. Salute, chat, and the panel. We don't have a panel today. I need to get some of you on here. We can talk about it. It's probably one of the things I'll do in August. I've been thinking about it for a while, actually. It's like, hey, let's get the community here and find out what their stories are and dig into it a little bit, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So I've had Homesick Mac on. I've had Keith Kirk on talking about metadata. We had Mary, Dr. Mary. We had Karosha talking about songwriting. So we definitely need to get you guys on here so you can start telling your stories, bringing it out, and seeing how it fits in this musical technological space. Yes. Because I am your musical technologist, helping you on your journey as you tell your story, turning up the loudspeaker on the greatness that you represent, and raising the tide and bringing others along the way so that as you tell your story, you're able to help them on their journey. Hey, this is what we're all about. We're about empowering people to use their hands, their voice, and their heart. In the MLB crew, that's you, not Major League Baseball, hitting home runs all the way through and making life better for you. Oh, you're the chair. I need some WD 40. Oh, man. I found this chair while we were cleaning. I was like, "Yo, that's the chair should have been using all along." Instead of, I used to be sitting on a cajon, guys. I had the box drum, the cajon. That was my chair for pretty much till last week. The seat I sat on was a cajon. Ah, good stuff, Uncle Stu. Thank you for coming through, for hitting it there. Listen, you can also support the stream by going to the good old Cash App, as well as the Buy Me a Coffee link is there. We're actually saving. I use the Stream Deck app. That's what I use. But it's only 15 buttons. And in the last few weeks, I found that I haven't used it at all. But I know if I had it, it would make my workflow a lot easier as a hardware device, right? I have on the software there, you could, click your scenes. The beautiful thing about using keyboard shortcuts is in Ecamm, I can use the keyboard shortcuts. But if I move away to Canva on Firefox, or I'm doing something in Logic or Main Stage, once I click away, those keyboard shortcuts don't work, right? So I have to come back to Ecamm to make them work. For example, if I wanted to get here so that I could show you, oh, I thought I switched that. Man, I really thought that I had switched that one. I really thought that I had switched that one. We're exploring Ecamm. We're not exploring. And just like that, even if he comes up in the scenes like, oh, I didn't need you to see that, right? So these were the actual scenes. I actually found an element or a template. Was it a template? Yeah. I just took this template and I took the front page. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to use this front page because I wanted to make it seamless. So on this side over here, do I still have Pro Mouse? Oh, it only shows in Ecamm. It doesn't show over here in Canva. Unless I go into demo mode, maybe. Right, so I just used the first page from that template. And I took the square element and I made that and I just put it there. That's where I knew I wanted the camera to be. So I stuck it there and then I just duplicated the page. So I had this one, duplicated the page. Whoa. The duplicate page is over here on the top right. So if I click duplicate page, now I have 8 instead of 7, right? So I have 2 number ones. And I can just take this to the end. So, but wait, there's more. Right? Exit reason, bonus. Bonus reason. Ecamm virtual mic. And then I just download this, share, download. And this is going to be PDF. All the pages. Download. Download the PDF. Oh, I should have probably just said it. 6 reasons. Ooh. Just fine. And then I come back to demo mode. I go into here is the PDF, the new PDF. Let's go back to this scene and I drag the PDF in. Now, this one I did not punch out the camera. So for me, I have to, let's just mute that for a second. And then add a camera overlay. And we want this to be custom. And we resize it up to fill the space, even cover it over. Bam. Just like that. Because now I have questions. Bonus reason. Boom. Yo. You see how simple that was. From Canva, export the PDF, bring it into Ecamm, just drag it onto the page. Just drag it onto the scene. And it fills up the whole scene already because it was sized in Ecamm, in Canva, sized in Canva. And you're good to go. Man, love it. All right. I have got to go, but thank you guys for hanging out with me, for being such an attentive audience, asking your questions, and just being awesome people that I know you are. Look at David do that thing. Thank you, Kerwin. Man, much appreciated, sir. Much appreciated. Sir, much appreciated, Kerwin. You are a rock star, as they say. Oh, man. So glad that you all were able to come through today. And I hope that you were able to find value. We hope you're able to get you across the line. On Friday, we may do a little bit more on Ecamm because it's the final days of the July 30 discount. Want you to be confident that you're making the right choice. Look, you look at the price of, say, a StreamYard and I'm talking about compared to the pro level of Ecamm. You look at the price of StreamYard, you look at the price of Restream and all the other, they're pretty much the same. You know, if you pay for the year, you pay $19 a month. So you pay $190 for the year. Or if you're getting at the pro level, it's $39, so that's $390. Ecamm is cheaper. You get all this stuff. Yo. And you can stream in 4K. None of the others allow you to stream in 4K. Yes, there are certain places where you have to dumb it down, like Amazon Live, right? Amazon Live is only going to take 720 right now. That's what they allow on their platform. Mainly because of the number of people, let's say one of the hardest things you ask your computer to do is to live stream. It's one of the hardest things to do. So their servers have to be able to accommodate all of the data you're punching at it, right? So when you're taking, let's say right now I'm running this on 10 in 1080. You're taking a 1080 stream and it is running 24 frames in a second. And you're pushing that out your internet upload. That's why I love, and a lot of times you don't know what you're actually sending out there. OBS sort of kind of, you can tell OBS, I want you to go out at this speed, and OBS will do it. But that's a lot of bandwidth. Usually it's right about 6 megabits per second for a 1080 stream, 30 frames per second. So you're pushing a lot of data out the computer. One, you have to have the internet bandwidth. Two, you have to have a strong enough computer that can handle it and not be whining the fan, right? That's it. So definitely will be, just on the lookout to help. So send me a message if you wanna take a look at it, you wanna talk about it. I don't know everything. I know some things. I know how to utilize what I have. And there are some things I'm not even using to the beginning of the ability. Not even. Yeah, there's a new switcher from Blackmagic. It's out there. A lot of people, I haven't seen a lot of stuff on it. Pretty much everyone's on the Roadcaster Pro too, because for podcasters and live streamers, yeah, the Roadcaster actually came out and it was initially just geared at podcasters. I know this is an Ecamm stream, but that is good. The Rodecaster Pro 2 is addressing some of the concerns that people had about it as compared to the Mixcast, as compared to the Zoom L8 and the P8. Even the P4 had some for Zoom PodTrack P8. That to me was the beast. But the Mixcast was also out there, and they had the new tricks, um, combo jacks, for line inputs as well as XLR mic inputs, and yeah, it just made sense. It just made sense. So definitely be looking out at that. And there's one thing that I've been really wanting to do with this roadcaster: set it up for musicians. Kerwin says, I still haven't got the plastic off the display screen. My plastic is still on the display screen. And the RC2 popped up. Oh, man. I still haven't got the plastic off the display screen. On the RCP, Roadcaster Pro, and the RCP2 popped up. Listen, the plastic on mine came off. The plastic on mine came off. Garden City Gardener, sir. Yes, thank you for coming through today. Today we had a little bit more of a tutorial style workshop Wednesday. I played a little bit of piano at the beginning and then got right into it, and I'm still talking. And I could keep talking, sir. But folks who know folks that can help us answer our questions. That's what community is all about, and that's exactly right. Back in the day when you went to the village and someone came through and were like, hey, I need to fix the shoes on my horses, but my carriage also needs some work. So you went to the carpenter and you went to the guy with the hammer and the anvil, the forge guy. What's he called? Anyways, or it's like, oh, I need to get the tanner, or you went to the general store, right? You found the person that made the difference in that village, but the village worked together, and the village grew, became cities and towns, and yeah, that's awesome. Wanna go fast? Old African proverb: go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Absolutely, fam. This has been real. This has been good. This has been real good. But as I say, that's a wrap. And with gifts, you put a ribbon on it. I turned off main stage. Put a ribbon on it. Put a ribbon on it. Put a ribbon on it. It's time to go. We'll see you on Freeform Friday. I want to say free and form at the same time, so I can fee. Freeform Friday. We put a ribbon on it. Yeah. Come, bring your songs, bring your questions, and we will answer them and play them as well if we can. If I know it, I will. If I don't, maybe I'll learn it for the next week, right? We want to keep this moving. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye now. Ciao. Oh, see, that's why you stream deck. Ciao. Really? What is going on? What?